Hi, I'm Brenda. Welcome to my channel. Just a moment. Let me fix that light. I am not in my normal place as Dave and I are on vacation. So welcome. Welcome to Vegas. So we're going to start with a general energy reading, and then we will get into some collective messages. So we're going to begin with the Sacred Traveler, Celia says. So welcome. The energy is really intense right now, and I feel like it's building up to a lot of energy happening on the 21st, which is the solstice. There has been a lot of solar flaring going on and a lot of other energy. So the energy just feels super strong right now. So are you ready to apparently we're ready to begin, because we feel something brand new is happening. And the first card that came out is the card of First Light, which is beginning a new cycle. So are you ready to begin? She said that's a very strong first message. First Light, beginning a new cycle. Are you ready to begin a brand new cycle? I know I have had some really huge breakthroughs over the last couple of days and really released a lot of trauma from my childhood. So I feel like I am in that place of beginning again. I'm so excited to see what is coming forward with that. So if you have been going through a tough time, know that you are getting there, because the card is ascending the mountain, which is keep going forward. So a lot of times I have things energetically happen to me a little bit before it collectively happens. So if spend the next couple of days, I'm going to tell you what I did the other day on Monday, because Dave's at a conference. That's why we're in Vegas. So while Dave was at his conference, I went media blackout. Like, I didn't have my phone on. I wasn't on the computer. I didn't have any work that day. And I took that day and I did some really deep diving into some stuff on me. Like Source said, it's the day. So it's like, okay, what do we need to do today? What do I need to know today? Where are we going with this? So I meditated a little bit with Celia and I wrote some questions down, guided by her. And then I took a little nap, and then I went back and I answered those questions. I was telling Dave about it because we hadn't talked about it because he's been busy. And it was very vulnerable for me to share. I mean, that was some really intense things that I had buried from my past, tied to some unworthiness. And now is the time to know your value more than ever. Now is the time to keep going forward, to see that we are in that place. And as you realize that things change, I'll say honestly, I did that. And then this morning I woke up and I booked a group reading for in July. So it's an energy session, a reading. Everybody's getting bracelets. So definitely by me working on my worthiness, I literally have seen that now rippled into my experience. So Celia says things happen to us a little ahead of time. So we're saying, take the time, look, over the next couple of days, but do it before the solstice. Because we feel like when that solstice comes, it is a brand new thing, totally a brand new thing. I am having a new membership I'm starting. We were going to start it this week, and Celia told me not to do it this week, that I'm integrating. Tomorrow, Dave and I are going to the Valley of Fire, where the Seven Sisters rock formation is, where tied to the Pleiades energy. I'm so excited. We're doing that tomorrow. So I will be making a video from there about our experience and sharing that as well. But no, today, tomorrow, the next day, take time to look at inside. What is the thing that's holding me back? And sometimes those questions I wrote to myself, some of those were really difficult for me to answer. Like that was like, took me to a very, very vulnerable place where I thought I had healed a lot of that. But you know what? Some things come up and I was having a lot of hurt. And you know what? I'm like, Source, can you just take this hurt from me? And I literally felt it leave my body just by asking. So if you have something going on and it's giving you a little bit of a hard time, ask Source. Like seriously, just Source, you know, and that's what I did. I said, Source, just please take this hurt for me that I've had, you know, my whole life. Like, can you please take that? And I was instructed to do some deep breathing and I literally felt it. So don't think that you have something and you have to just sit with it. It's amazing that if you connect with this higher power, like it will help you work through that energy. So we heard one more card. So, and that is the card of solitude. In peace, in silence, peace prevails. So I invite you, do this today, tomorrow, take a little bit of time, sit with yourself, you know, ask, what are the things I need to work on? What are the things I am unaware of? Where do I need to direct my focus? If you direct those questions before you start meditating, you will get those answers. And I have the intention, give me the question so I can come back later and answer them, because I don't try to answer them when I'm writing the question. On one thing I did, but for the most part, I went back and did it. It was a two-step process. It's okay connecting and getting the questions, connecting to Celia, get the questions. Come back, answer the questions, and then sit with it. And then I went back and I looked at it and I'm like, I think I can even answer some of those even a little better now, just having a little time of reflection. So we invite you, spend the next, time over the next 2 days, shut your phone off, shut every distraction off. Like I literally powered my phone off. I'm like, I am working on me right now. This is a time I need no distraction. This is a time I'm ready to heal this, because Celia says, new time, new season, like we are having a brand new beginning. Are you ready? People say they want to live in the 5D. You know, the easiest way to be in the 5D, be in a high vibration, be the example, show other people. You set the resonance tone for your environment. The bottom of the deck is narrow pathway, which is tread thoughtfully. So a lot of times that narrow place is right before it's getting ready to open up. And we feel like that's where it's doing. You know, you're in this tough spot right now, but are you ready for all the beautiful magic to come into your life? Are you ready for this new beginning? Because Saturn is in Aries. And honestly, when Saturn sees you're doing the work, Saturn brings you a gift. And I'm going to tell you, Saturn and Neptune are in a conjunction. I think they're squaring Jupiter, and Jupiter and Mars are in a placement. Like there is a lot energetically going on. Mars moved into Virgo. So that's about taking the action in the day-to-day. Like I heard a reference of somebody, they cleaned out their closet. You know what I was doing? I was cleaning out my energetic closet. So where do you need to clean out your energetic closet? What's in there that you haven't even realized is in there? You know, when's the last time you got in your closet and you're like, oh, I forgot I even have that. So we do that with our feelings too, apparently. So with that being said, apparently we're going to see what the current energy is. That was the Four of Wands, which is the 1111 card that popped out. The current energy is the Five of Pentacles. So look at what you think you're missing in your life. Like, where do you have lack in your life? Where are you, like, where is that lack tied to? Self-worth, unworthiness. And I feel like a lot of that energy comes from the mother energy, the moon energy, that deep wound, that deep sadness. And it's about realizing that, it's time to harness your divine feminine energy. The feminine energy has been repressed for a very long time. And it's now time to confidently be okay to lead with your heart, but with your mind as well. Like be in balance in those energies. the foundation is the Seven of Swords, walking away from things that don't serve you. Like, all this message so far has been about walking away from the things that aren't serving you. Like, emotions. What makes you feel unworthy today? Why do you feel unworthy today? She's like, why? Why do you feel unworthy? Because programming, people telling you. And you know why a lot of times people do that to you? Because they don't want you to outshine them. Isn't that crazy? Shouldn't you be allowed to share your thoughts, your wisdom, your ideas, your innovation, your idea of where you would like your life to go, like new thoughts? I don't want to have this same life. I don't want to repeat the cycles. I want to grow. I want to do better. The Tower right there in the headspace. I'm going to say you can change your thinking really quickly, like by just doing a little journaling and doing that. And I'm going to say also with this Tower, the Tower is Uranus, and Uranus is Aquarius, which we're in the age of Aquarius, but Uranus is moving on July 7th into Gemini. It's been in Taurus for 8 years, since 2017, and now it's moving. The last time it was in Gemini was 1941, World War II. So anybody that's worried about anything going on with that, ultimately know our galactic visitors and source and everybody are focused on us and steering us in the direction of safety and awakening at a grander level. So I hear anybody that's worried about anything going on, don't. Source, everything is always working out for our benefit. So whatever's going on will always be for our benefit. Sometimes even if we don't know how it's for our benefit, it's still always for our benefit, because it's opening the door for a brand new thing. Some of these things need to be handled. So you know what? We can be in a place of love and knowing that we're all connected, truly we're all connected. Do you see that? Like the flower of life right there. We are all connected through sacred geometry, through quantum entanglement. We are all part of source. And no matter where you're at, quantum entanglement, you're always in that place. You're always connected. We're all connected. So sometimes the easiest thing you can do is be easy on yourself. And that actually is the thing that ripples out to help the most people, by how you treat yourself. That's for somebody special, apparently. The current environment is the 10 of Cups. So what do you want to bring in? It's like daydream about it. Decide, what do you want? Like, those are the steps forward. We have the Tower, the Fool, the 10 of Cups. Those are pretty, change is coming. Are you ready to be in a place of 5D? Are you ready to be in a place of higher vibration? Are you ready to let go of fear? Because I invite you, what fear, what shame, what guilt, what unworthiness are you holding back? Those are all the lowest vibration. And when you know that you are worthy of everything you've ever wanted, and that by truly knowing that and being connected to your higher power, you can create the life you want. I'm on vacation, and like, this is my work right now. I've done a couple of sessions, and this is the first live I've done. I have really spent this week deep diving. So no, you can manifest it any way you desire. How other people see you, the 9 of Swords. Maybe they see you're going through a struggle, but do you know what happens after this struggle? Do you know what's after the 9 of Swords? Yeah, the 10 of Swords, but you know what else? That 10 of Swords is back to the 1. So it's back to a new beginning, because that 10 can't get no more deader. So with this 9, I always say the little white bird up there, that's my Celia bird. The other 8 birds are like the 8 of Swords chaos. So he's quiet. If I'm in this place of confusion, sorry, had an alert. If I'm in a place of confusion, I can't hear her. I have to stop and take some deep breaths. And Celia, be with me, guide me, help me. Like, show me what I need to see. How is this, relevant for me? And she always brings it through for me. Maybe not the way I want it, but she always brings it. The hopes and fears is the Knight of Cups. So are you ready to take action towards your passion? Are you ready to take action towards feeling the feelings? Like our strongest thing we can do is to feel the feeling. Like we feel a feeling and you can put a smile on, but if your energy is fear and shame, you are going to repel people because they are going to say this doesn't match your energy. So it's about really being able to be authentically you and take action towards the things that you're passionate about, and trusting and knowing that that is truly what we're here to do. Let go of the burden, the 10 of swords. So we got 2 tens, the ace and the fool. So are you ready for a brand new beginning? As well as we got this first light card, which is about a new cycle. So we are inviting you over the next couple of days. Look at where you have fear, guilt, shame, unworthiness. Where do you have any of that? Because happiness and joy is right there waiting for you to be celebrated, to move into this new phase of excitement, acceptance, to have clarity of know what's for you and what's not, and be okay to walk away from anything that's not for you, because that's what your contract here is, to have the discernment, to know you are here to be in balance. You are here to do this healing work. So we're inviting you. There's another 10. The only 10 we're missing is the 10 of Pentacles, and that's about anchoring it into the physical. So for me, when I'm missing a 10, that's the 10 you really need to look at. So are you ready? Are you ready to focus on anchoring the life you want into the physical? Like we get to choose the life we want. Are you ready to anchor it in? And hi, Sarah, welcome. And hey, Sarah, can you type a message? Because we just made you a mod. Oh, look, my Siri's trying to listen now. So are you ready to walk into something brand new? Because she's walking towards the new. Are you ready to walk into the new? Oh, yeah. The light's been very weird in here since I began. I had to get up and shut the curtains. So, yeah. So, we have a lot of visitors here. So how can you anchor the life you want into the 3D right now? Like, it is an opportunity. I have been doing it, and Celia says we do things a little ahead of time, so I can so we can share. And apparently there's going to be a lot to share. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. We love that. Isn't that fun? So, Sarah, can we get you a message? Since you, yes. Yeah. So he says before your next meeting, can we get you something real quick? Trust yourself. And then wisdom of the solar plexus, which is about confidence. So that connection right there, being open. A great way to do that is to connect is your hand on your heart and your hand on your solar plexus. And I have been doing some really deep diving this week about my worthiness, and I hear it's time to clear it. So I did some really deep diving because we hear after the solstice, like the energy's changing. Are you ready? Because that solar plexus is reminding me of that. And you get the Magician card. So there's the Magician. So you have all the tools to create everything you desire. And there is the Nine of Cups, which is more about personal wish fulfillment. And the Seven of Pentacles is planting the seeds. And the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom with the Hanged Man and the Devil, and the King of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles feels like this Virgo energy to me. And over here is sometimes about just focusing on your alignment, and sometimes by really, I'm going to say, I have really dug really, really deep on some beliefs I had about my self-worth. And I will, Sarah and Nicole are in my mentorship. So I'm going to share you guys some of the questions I wrote, because we tend to have some things in common. So I want you to look and see what beliefs about relationship you need to let go of. Like, because as soon as you do, like, that's going to take you to this place. Like, she's painting the sunflower. The sunflower's on the map. Like, we're so close to getting to this amazing place. Wish fulfillment. Like, what seeds are you planting? Like, he's got quite a harvest in that Dex, or in that wheelbarrow. So Sarah, do you have any sunflowers planted? We actually have birds. We do bird seed. We feed, and our birds sprinkle the sunflowers, so we grow sunflowers. So are you ready to grow something sweet and beautiful? Like, are you ready in you? Are you ready to grow something sweet and beautiful in you? Like, tapping into your creativity. Yeah. Like, are you ready to tap into your divine feminine energy? Because that's the Queen of Pentacles right there. And she is just being creative and enjoying her life. So know that as you continue to do that, you have planted the seeds. So, like, we love this card. Like, this is so beautiful. And it's funny because that's a little reference about Nicole, because she's always getting those owls. So Sarah, look for the owls. They carry a lot of wisdom. And I feel like there's just like this one thing here to clear, because like, these people aren't really, like, her hand is free. She is not really bound. It's only by illusion. So I'm going to send you my questions I wrote for me, and just, if it resonates, write the answer. If it doesn't, skip it. But what I did was just huge releasing for me. And honestly, Sarah, you know what I did? Oh, here we have your next video. I was feeling some hurt. I was really being in my emotion about it. And you know what I did? I said, like, right in the middle of all of it, like from my childhood and just where this has rippled through my life. And I said, Source, can you take this hurt for me? And I heard, just take a couple of deep breaths. And I did it like for probably a minute, just, slow, deep breathing. And I could just feel that being taken from me. So, we know you like things that are like a 30-second thing. So that would be a great 30-second thing. Like, it worked so amazingly. I can't express how much that worked. By just truly surrendering and asking it to be taken. Like, yeah. So we hear, so you said you're here for week, so we could tell you that. So thank you for joining us, and welcome as a moderator. So anybody that's here, please let us know you're here. And Nicole, do you have time to help me? Because Sarah, I hear big things are happening after the solstice, so that's just a couple of days away. Oh. Tarot Wings of Light. Oh, Tarot Wings of Light. Thank you. Are you still here? Make sure my chats. And have a most wonderful day. So, Tarot Wings of Light, are you here? If not, I see Cat Goddess. I so Cat Goddess, thank you for joining us. Celia says, go up and look what you wrote. We are going to share, apparently, I'm going to share a little bit. Of just some of the questions for you, Cat Goddess. When you feel like you don't matter, what is your emotional expression of that? For me, I get angry, and anger is an expression of my distress when I am feeling sadness, hurt, not enough, not loved, not valued, overwhelmed, powerless, to name a few. And then some other questions of it is when I feel like that and I become angry, how do people respond to me? And then how does that cause other people to respond to me when I do express my feelings? Because sometimes I wait till because very childhood trauma, don't show anger, don't show emotion. It's a sign of weakness, like different things. So, and then with that is, where are you not valuing yourself? Also with that, sometimes I feel not heard as part of my Chiron. So where am I not listening to myself? And then actually one of the questions is, where do I ignore myself? Even that part of me I don't want to look at. And then how do I stop this loop was the next question. And then sometimes I like to feel needed. And instead of feeling needed, I want to be more secure in my relationships. And what pattern can I do to fix that? The next thing is, What is the value to myself of myself? Like, where do I value myself? So like this week, I have really taken the time to value myself. I have really worked on a lot of that. Like, so instead, how would you like to respond? Would you like to feel safe that you could just express how you felt? Like for me, I was just never, it was not in the realm of possibility of. And like that just literally, it'll cause a loop because you repress, and then it has to go somewhere. So like, I hadn't had that for a long time, and then it's come up recently. And you know why it come up? Because it wants to be released. So all of that is like you hold on to the sadness from like childhood on all of those things where you didn't feel like. When I asked Source the other day to take that from me, like I literally felt like the weight of the world was taken off of me. I cannot express the amount of change that I felt after that, just by the surrendering the hurt. Like, okay, I've got the lesson of it. I clearly see it. You know, now what can I do with it? And what I can do is help other people see that you don't have to hold it in. And sometimes we're afraid to express ourselves because we don't know our value. Which just comes back from bad programming. Our parents were doing the best they could do. And Cat Goddess, you get the card of phase entanglement, which is emotional influence. Like, do you feel like you can express your feelings to your friends, and then the bottom of the deck, ironically, is family tree, and it was upside down, which is expansion and legacy. And I feel like that's saying you are here to heal this. And do you feel like you can be your authentic self with your family? Like, how much of them have caused part of that? Like, because I invite you to do some writing. Ask your guides, where do I have this? What do I need to do to let this go? Like, because I'm going to say Chiron is in the end of Aries, and collectively, that means collectively we're working on our early childhood, because Aries is the baby of the zodiac. So we are working at that place right now. It's at like 27 degrees, which means that's the degree of mastery. Like, are you ready? I think we're past 27. So that means we're going to look. Good thing it's always right here in my search thing. Yeah, 26.5 degrees. So like we are at that place of like, it is time to look at that, because when Chiron goes into Taurus, that's really about your value and your beliefs. And that's really going to reprogram all the beliefs we have. Like, we believe we have to work hard. You don't. You have to do the thing that you're most passionate about. I'm starting a new membership. You know why? Because it's combining all the things I'm passionate about. Like, where are you on your work with that? Because you get the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah. So it's about working through those and realizing the programming's bad, realizing that you are connecting with your inner child, and really spending that time to connect with your inner child, to let your inner child know you're safe, because we don't feel safe because our inner child doesn't feel safe. And as soon as you cultivate that relationship, and that's what I've been doing, and that's why this came up, because my inner child's ready to release this. This is part of my like betrayal pattern from my mom from the very beginning. So you get the 8 of Pentacles, which is about daily doing the work. That's the Virgo energy. Mars just moved into Virgo, which is doing the work daily, looking at it daily. Where do I not feel safe? Okay, do you have somebody that you do feel safe that you can express your feelings with? Because apparently that's what, there's more of that Virgo energy. Like that day-to-day, are you doing any journaling? Like, can you be honest and open with yourself, even if you can't? Like, I wasn't necessarily going to read my journal out loud today. But apparently I was meant to do that. So I can show you it's a safe place just to, yeah, and do some journaling right there. You know, do the work. Ask your guides, what do I need to do today? I do. And I say, my intention is, Celia, to give me questions so I can go back and reflect upon. Because you know what? I felt safe in doing that one myself. And then you know what? I shared it with Dave. And then you know what? I just shared it on the internet. So like, couple of days ago, I wasn't even looking at it myself in certain ways. So trust that just by opening up and saying, okay, I'm okay to be completely safe with myself. Because I'm not asking you to come read it online, only if you want to. But just by that thing of open up and being able to be vulnerable even with yourself, where do you, like how other people, I feel like, make you feel. And you know what? If somebody else you feel like is talking about you or whatever, no, that's a reflection of them and not you. And that's about them being unhealed and them seeing the part of you that is working on it. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, but like that power of writing it down and working on that of like, okay, I want to look deep at me. I want to heal this. I'm ready to let this go because something else is ready to come in. So anybody else that would like a message, please let me know you're here. Thank you for joining. Okay. So Nicole, are you still here? Looks like my connection may be not being the greatest. So hopefully before I lose connection, can we get you a message, Nicole? It seems like it's quiet today. So it is later than normal as I am on Pacific time. Okay, Cat Goddess, what feelings is that covering up though? Because like anger is the body saying we're not feeling something. Is that like hurt? Is that guilt? Is that shame? Is that unworthiness? Like something in there. And Nicole, are you ready? Because you get Journey by Moonlight, which is just beautiful, which is Believe in Magic. And you get the card of First Light, which is beginning a new cycle. which seems very fitting for today for you. And then taking shelter, the answers are within. And it looks like that person's on a journey and they're almost home. So I love seeing this card, by the way. The 10 of Pentacles, legacy, and the Page of Cups, which is messages of love, emotion. The bottom of the deck is 3 of Pentacles, which for me is always a contract card. You get the Moon, which is about that divine feminine energy. The Page of Wands, which is about taking a new action or an action with passion or a new inspiration with it. And then we get the 2 of Pentacles, which is about finding balance, being playful and being joyful, and knowing that there's that infinity symbol, that if everything's always coming back around. And then we get the 5 of Wands on the bottom. And sometimes the 5 of Wands are chaos and conflict. In this deck, they're being a little bit playful. They're appearing to kind of almost be like hiding behind the wand. And then he is reaching for the wand that, you know, has the fairy lights and magic on it. So are you ready to open up to a new cycle? Are you ready to open up to legacy, wealth, and abundance? Are you ready to have the happy family, the happy expression of love, the sweetness of the expression of the love that you may receive today? So there may be an expression of love towards you today, as we hear sweet love. I hear sweet love, and then I almost feel like a tickling right under my ear. So I don't know what that is, but a very specific thing, and apparently to tell you, Celia said. So so I feel it on both sides. So it's like I don't know. Do you like your ear nibbled? I don't have a reference. So I don't know what that is. Something. So hi, Liz. Welcome. And oh, that's so sweet. Good. Apparently, I'm going to do something with that because apparently it wants to keep moving. Apparently it wants to be shorter. Wants to move all around. Energetically, the energy is strong. Okay. So, Nick, who is next? Okay. So, Liz, how are you? Would you like a okay. We'll see about a job, teaching job for Liz. Well, the first card up is this card is up from the depths, which is releasing difficulty. So at least that, it looks like things are changing. And we started talking today about a big shift is about to happen. We're about to have the solstice on the 21st. Energetically, there's a lot of other big shifts. I hear, initially when I looked at this card, which I don't always get timing, but I saw that 6 up there and I heard 6 weeks. So, and then you get animal totems, which is animal energy and powers. And look for your like animal spirit guides, and then kinship, which is community or your group. I am doing super well. We are in Vegas while Dave's at a conference. He was just texting me. So I was checking because he's been so busy. He's not texted me hardly at all since he's been there. So, and Liz, honestly, I'm going to tell you, sometimes when you're not in that place of work, it's because sources want you to look at something else. Like I also started talking about, I've been doing a lot of work with my worthiness. And I'm going to tell you, Liz, I'm just starting a membership. I have a mentorship program, but we're kind of expanding it to a group setting and teaching a bunch of different things. Some astrology, some tarot stuff, working on your intuitive gifts. I do galactic activations and energy sessions. So, because we're working on doing that and finding the soul tribe. And honestly, Celia said this week has been about finding my self-worth in a brand new way. So are you ready to do that? By like taking the steps to like connect and say, where is my self-worth? Also, source, what else do you want me to focus on? Because as soon as I stepped into mission, I got Dave. As soon as I stepped into mission again, my work is doing well. Honestly, sometimes that thing about putting you back with your parents is so you can heal some of that. How does that make you feel when you're there? Like really like look at that and look at some programming and I hear it can happen really quick. When you, apparently I was meant to pick that up and show you everything in the right time. And it's about you finding the wisdom in that situation before you go to that next thing. As a child, how did your parents make you feel? Most people have some kind of a betrayal wound from one of our parents of not being emotionally there, not being financially there, not being there in some way. That betrayal causes us to have that in other relationships. And if you're teaching kids, you know what? You need to have that awareness of what's going on then. Yeah. Like you're supposed to help with other kids. Like, so it's about you having your awareness. So when you have a kid that you're working with that has a thing going on, you're like, I understand this, and having that awareness of how important it is that you feel like a safe place for them. And the way for you to feel like a safe place is for your inner child to be safe with you. So do some connecting with your inner child's work. Like let her know she's safe to come up. Yeah, that Saturn in the 4th house. Yeah. That's definitely where your karma is with the home. And it's like Saturn just moved into Aries, and right now it's saying, now is the time. Do the work, heal that inner child. And when you start looking, I'm going to promise, like, literally start doing a little bit of digging in it. And like, I stepped in by saying, I'm an energy healer. I was working on my Chiron. Got Dave. Like, Dave appeared in my life. Like, there were so many other opportunities. Dave almost bought a house across the street from me, like across and down like 2 houses. Like, source was trying to make it happen, but the energy had to get in alignment. Yeah, well, times are different, and you don't have to have their beliefs. And are you okay not doing exactly what they want? Like, where were you as a child about having an opinion and making decisions for yourself? And Saturn rules normally the 10th house, and that's masculine energy. Yes, and sometimes it's even about not doing that. Like, literally, I asked Celia, give me some questions. She does it, and I go back and I like did them. Honestly, a lot of the inner child thing is about our self-worth. Like, and our parents just weren't evolved enough to understand emotion, and things have just changed so much, like, of how much our emotions rule our entire energy. So, Liz, if you're interested, sometimes I also do donation-based energy sessions where I can go in your energy and we do some clearing. We also, I do Kundalini and Atlantean Reiki as well. So they sometimes pull galactic contracts or, past life contracts, things that want to be moved. Oh, you want to know how I know? I have kids. So, and I know from where my parents were to where my kids are totally different. My mom was completely emotionally neglectful to me. On the other hand, I tried to overgive to my kids. And now it's about finding that balance of giving to myself and not being in a place of needing that relationship, but wanting that relationship. Yeah. And ironically, I've talked to many people my age, many people younger than me, and it's like generationally, we seem to all be raised the same, which means energetically that helps us for healing in the future with the future generations. And being a teacher, know that you're going to have kids that are going to have some trauma, and if their parents aren't healing from their parents, it ripples down. And I feel like you're meant to be this safe place for them. And in order for them to feel that safe place with you, you have to get to where you're safe with you. Best advice I can give you: listen and love. And if you're angry at them, don't tell them you love them, because that sends such a conflicting energy. Because I bet your parents did that to you. They were in a place of anger and they still said they love you. Maybe that wasn't actually the energy you felt from them. And maybe this is a great tip, Liz. Maybe look into taking some kind of a parenting course or class so that you have some skills to be able to help those kids that you're going to work with, that you're going to make a huge influence on. Like, they are our future. Like, they are. Because it's going to come back around. So it's about you You listening to your inner child and connecting with that, and then seeing how, I know some people think, I don't know what my spiritual work is. Well, what if your spiritual work is to be that safe place for those kids, so they learn at some place that there is a place where they can feel safe? Because some of them may come from a place that it's not emotionally safe to express it. So, but I hear something's changing in that within 6 weeks. And then the wish fulfillment card is on the bottom of the deck. The moon card is there, which is like mother energy. And then the Four of Swords, which is healing it. And that's going to take you into this place of empowerment when you can heal that childhood wound. Like, really look at, how did your mom make you feel? Initially, when I started doing this work, I'm like, I had a pretty normal childhood. Yeah, except all those things that I repressed, not really as normal as I had previously I just thought, because I didn't know any different. So, like, I hear connect to like your 6-year-old self. What happened with, energetically when you were like 6? Because that Chiron wound, I don't have my paper. Celia's favorite thing is that Chiron, which is, what house, what sign is it in? That is your thing. You're here to heal, to help others. So Liz, what kind of things would you like in a job? Like, I didn't either, but you know what? I've asked Celia, show me what I need to know. Bring me the awareness of what I need to know. Like, and write down what you want in a job. Like, what do you want to manifest? What do you want to, in it? Well, I'm getting ready to teach a Reiki 1 class, Liz. So send me an email and we'll put you on the list when we're going to begin teaching that. And know that you are healing and helping kids heal as you're being that teacher. Like, yeah. But don't think that just through even the teaching, you're not doing healing work. Because when you heal yourself, you're going to have the wisdom to help those kids maybe be able to feel their feelings in a new way, to be able to have a different kind of perspective on it, to give them maybe some tools and tips to feel safe by the things you experience. Yes, like write it down and even send me that list, because I love to help people manifest what they want. And source, if you really specifically know what you want, really, that's even like better. If you're just like, bring me whatever, whatever's best for me. Maybe nothing comes because the best thing for you is to sit and do some healing work. And sometimes people are like, well, nothing's happening. Well, have you specifically asked for something? Have you taken steps towards that? So, yeah. And I feel like there's that work with your mom will like really change a lot for you. Hi, education. Hi, Shavi. And I think with that, we have been at an hour. So I am going to take a little break, and I will be back later. Everybody have a great day. Thank you for joining. Awesome. Have a great day. Bye.